Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today is Tuesday, August 8th, 2023. It's been about 2 weeks since we've made a video. It's been extremely hot and humid, and we've kind of let things get away from us a little bit here in the garden. Been working on trying to reel that back in, so we've been getting things cleaned up, and figured we'd just take a quick walk around and look at how things are looking today, since it's been so long since we made a video, and really not a whole lot. I did observe a few things I'll point out to y'all. But so let me get the camera turned around and we'll get started. Okay, so in our last video, we had just up potted several of our trees. One of them was this carambola or star fruit, and it didn't see any issues when I up potted. Everything's looking good. Ginger over there is still looking pretty good. The cuttings that we started are down here, and I actually, let me reach in here and pull them where you can see them better. So I actually let them dry out one day when I shouldn't have. So you see, those leaves are all dried out. Stem's still green. These two stems, they didn't really have any leaves when I started. I guess there was a couple on that one, and one on this one, but stems are still green. So, and that one actually still has its leaves. But I'm not giving up on any of them. Time will tell. And we'll just have to revisit those in about, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 weeks, something like that. But anyway, let's go ahead and just continue walking around. One of our Meyer lemons. It's nice and healthy. It don't have any lemons, really. I got a couple of tiny ones that haven't started to size up, and they might drop off. All the rest of them have dropped off of this one. But our other one over here, which is this first one we were just looking at, is grafted. This one is not. This is a rooted cutting. It's loaded up with lemons still. Probably got a couple more months before they'll be ready. But like I said in another video, I think there's about 30 of them on here. So that's pretty cool. We've been getting some figs. Harvested like 5 of them yesterday, different kinds. This one here's a little Miss Figgy, and it looks like we got a couple that's about ready. That one's not quite there, almost. There's another one almost. So those are some smaller size figs, but they're tasty. And that's a dwarf fig tree. It's not supposed to get very big anyway. I'm seeing over here on this Celeste fig, that actually I think is ready. Even though the card shows them purple, that thing is soft. It's drooping. This other one up here looks like it's drooping too. Yeah, I think we're probably going to go ahead and harvest those today. Squeeze in through here. Here's our pepper plants. They're just now look like they're finally starting to take off. And here's one of the issues that I noticed while I was in here trying to get some things cleaned up. So I had a hornworm on this one. I actually got it off a couple days ago. Looks like it's already starting to try to come back with some new growth there in the nodes. But that hornworm stripped the leaves off of that one, and then there was another one over there on that plant over there. You can see it's stripped down. But all the rest of them are actually just now starting to kick in good. So we hadn't got any bell peppers out of this part of the garden. We did get a couple off some plants we got planted over here in containers. But we have gotten some jalapenos. There's lots of jalapenos in here now. You can see there's some here. There's tons of them in there. Not quite ready to get them. See, there's some cayenne in there. They're not ripe yet, but lots of them in there. Some over there. And then those cherry bomb peppers, we've been getting some of those as well. Then over there is our cowhorn peppers that we make the sweet pickle peppers. I see a couple of really nice ones in there. A big fat one in there. Almost looks like a jalapeno, but it's not. So right here behind me, I got some super hots. I actually mentioned in a comment that someone had commented on a video that I'm gonna soon be eating one of these super hots for the first time. So I got some Carolina Reapers growing and Trinidad scorpions and some ghost peppers. And right now, the only thing I got are the scorpions. You see, that'll focus in on that a little bit better. See that little tail on that thing? So yeah, I'm gonna be eating one of those. Matter of fact, that one right there looks like it's starting to blush a little. So that's the Trinidad Maruga scorpion. That may be the one I try first. I really wanted it to be the Carolina Reaper because I ain't 100% sure I'll be able to eat another one after I try the first one. The hottest thing I've eaten so far is a habanero, and I mean, I handle that no problem, but we're taking a huge jump with these. So we'll just have to see. I'm working on cleaning out some beds. Got this one cleaned out. Working on this one. That's where the squash was. I got to get the tomatoes out. I got some tomato starch I'm thinking about popping in over here, seeing if I can get some more tomatoes off of them. I mean, we're still getting a few tomatoes here and there off of what we got, but it's looking pretty rough, so I think it's about time for me to snatch those out. Besides the fact we got a few tomato plants over here in the raised beds, and they aren't looking terrible after I've got them cleaned up, and they're producing some tomatoes here and there. I'll show you when we get over there a little bit closer. But first, let me show you something about the squash plants. So, found out why I was having a lot of issues with my squash plants is because we had squash vine borers. And as you can see, you look right here, they've literally chewed that one right in two. The only reason the plant ain't completely dead is because it's actually put down roots over here. It's keeping it alive. Same thing with this one over here. Chewed completely in two, but it's put down a root right there. Got some roots right there and even some roots over here. So I could leave that, try to get some more squash out of it. These over here, they've got a little bit of damage from the squash vine borers, I think, but not too bad. They've held up a lot better. And they even got blossoms down there. I might could leave these and get some more yellow crookneck squash, but I don't know. Still got lots of bugs on them. There's one right there. And I think I'm ready to just rip these out. There's a couple more right down there. I'm ready to get these out and go with something else. Either put some cow peas, which I should have probably got planted a couple weeks ago. Look, there's some squash bug eggs right there. So yeah, like I said, some cow peas maybe, or just get it ready for broccoli and all that, which I need to probably get started this week in trays. I'm not going to direct sow those, but it won't be long for those to need to go in. Over here in this bed, it's probably going to be cow peas again. Like I said, they should have been planted 3 weeks ago. So that right there is a Carolina Reaper, and that is a ghost pepper. So we've got a few super hots around different places. That's actually the cutting from the early girl tomato in a mason jar. That's the only part of it that's left that's alive. So I'm letting that grow. It's actually got some blossoms on it, and we'll see. We might get a tomato or two off of that before our first frost comes. And if you see over there, there's a few pepper plants and tomato plants that never got planted that I'm probably going to go ahead and try to get stuck in over here where the tomatoes are now, just to see if I can get them to get us any tomatoes. But we'll just have to see about that. So here in the raised beds, you can see we're getting some tomatoes. There's a couple right there blushing, and there's more. There's another one right there, decent one. There's a couple down there. So, I mean, they were looking pretty rough, but I've cleaned them up and they don't look too bad now. They're supposed to be dwarf tomatoes, but they've grown up to the top of that 3-foot fence and looped back down. So they're 6 feet long by now. I guess they got there slowly, but I'm not sure how dwarf they are. There's a decent one right there. So, I mean, we're still getting some tomatoes off of it. And we did get some pink eye purple hulls planted in here. Only looks like we got about 8 or 9 plants that's come up, but we got a bug issue again. I don't know. We ain't really tried to deal with these insects, but you see these few volunteer microdwarfid red robins or the rosy finch right there, and they're getting eat up. So that miracle fruit, that was one of the ones we repotted the other day, and it's looking pretty good. I see some new growth coming in on that. We hadn't got any berries off of it yet, so we're looking forward to hopefully seeing that someday. And then there's the pineapples again. And this one that we did together, it's looking a lot different than any other one I've grown. So normally, when that little nub comes out, it don't stay all tight like that on the other ones that I've grown. As you can see right here, this one actually has 2 coming off the same top, and they're not all tight like that one. They never did look that way, so they just look different to me. Anyway, I guess this video is kind of dragging on a little bit, but I didn't want to go more than about 2 weeks without showing y'all what was going on around here, showing you how I'm trying to work on getting things cleaned up. Here, look, this, the satsumas was coming along real nice there. That one right there, if it was orange, it would be plenty big enough. But yeah, so that's where we are today. Hopefully, have something a little more interesting to talk about in the next video. But with that, I think I'm going to end this video right here. So again, thank y'all for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Enjoy your day.